I'm at the Honolulu Zoo with Jim Kennedy, who is the Executive Director of Hawaii FIDO Services. You're going to enjoy this interview. And I'm so looking forward to making your acquaintance.
I'm enjoying this moment too, thank you.
It's a beautiful place here.
It is beautiful.
And Hawaii FIDO Services is adorable. Please share with us how that got started.
The lady who founded us was Susan Laura. She was a special education teacher, and she learned that taking a dog in a class with her attention deficit disorder students got their attention. She said, I want to learn to become a trainer of service dogs. And she got that training 20 years ago, and she toyed with the name, Hawaii FIDO Service Dogs. That sounds pretty good. So it stuck, and that's where we're registered with the IRS.
Well, please explain to us a little further what happened after she started the organization, and what is your involvement?
Okay, we started in year 2000. We focus on helping provide well-trained service dogs to people who have some pretty serious muscular control and or balance issues. The dogs really help change those people's lives. It takes us 2 years, 2.5 years between puppy raising and then training to have that dog just perfect to go off with their new partner. We teach our dogs to help open doors, turn on lights, pick up dropped objects. Almost all of our graduates have issues that they could fall if they had to lean over. So picking up things, it's not just fetch, go get a medical kit or go pick something they dropped. Is really important to them. And the larger dogs can help people get in and out of chairs, out of bed, out of a car.
That is fascinating to consider.
Yeah, it is.
Some of us are very, very deliberate dog lovers. But what you're talking about is really training the dog to be your companion.
Yes, they are. And they are literally your companion 24/7. Unless you need a break, we have a kennel that we have access to on the North Shore. They have a few days or a week's break so they can take a vacation. Although the dogs really should go with them on vacation everywhere they go. It's really a wonderful, almost like a marriage, if you will.
So how do you match?
Okay, first thing we do is in looking at candidates, as I said, those with some pretty serious physical, muscle control, balance issues. We look at what their needs are. We go to their home. What their specific needs are is what shapes in our mind what kind of training we need to do for the dogs. It's different for every single person. And the puppy raising takes 12, 14 months, and then a full training session with the individual who's going to get the dog for about another year. It's a labor-intensive effort. We graduate 3, 4, maybe 5 dogs a year, but it's so gratifying to see them walk off into the sunset with their new dog.
Explain a little bit, if you would, about the puppy training or puppy raising.
Yes, by the way, we are always looking for puppy raisers. We have so many, about 30 volunteers, but we have some turnover with military shifts and what have you. So if somebody's listening and they're interested in it, let's get in touch with us. Puppy
it's a
raising,
commitment, though, of about a year,
It is a commitment.
Right?
It's at least a 12-month commitment, and it's 24/7. You don't put them in your backyard and come back 10 hours later. They really need to be with you or someone in your family at almost all times, and should be indoors for the most part.
There must be, of course, an emotional connection that happens between the puppy raiser and the dog, and even like with children, right? We are stewards of our children, and we want to release them to college and life. How do you help the puppy raisers with that emotional transition?
Well, it's really tough. First thing we do is we introduce them to the person who's going to get the dog.
Oh, of course.
So that they can see how meaningful their effort can be with this new person. I know firsthand, my wife is blind and has had 3 dogs, guide dogs, for the last 19 years, and we're like brothers and sisters to those who raised them. That's not always the case, but seeing how the dog grows up to help that person is gratifying. But you are right, to turn over a dog that you've had for 12 and 14 months is really very difficult for some people. Some address it by jumping right in again and start raising another dog. Some say, I need to think about that.
Well, your information will be on the screen, and people can contact you. And I want to thank you very much for taking a few moments to share with us the organization, but also your dedication to helping people in Hawaii.
Well, we thank you very much for this outreach opportunity.
You've had a moment to share my conversation with Jim Kennedy, who's the Executive Director for Hawaii FIDO Service Dogs. Aloha.